Well, Spain now unbeaten in its last 38 matches, and it's the first country to hold both the men's and the women's World Cup titles at the same time. Well, let's cross live to our correspondent in Madrid, Sarah Morris. Sarah, give us a bit more of a feeling of how Spaniards are reacting again this morning. And I believe 1 million people expected to turn out in Madrid to welcome that team home later today.
That's right, and they were certainly partying right into the night. When I walked through Puerta del Sol at about 2 in the morning, they were still partying, and the police cleared them out at about 5 o'clock. They need that area in front of the city hall free because they need to prepare for the arrival of those players from New York, expected later today. And this evening, of course, they'll be showing off that trophy around the city. It will be a fabulous occasion for those Spain fans who, as you say, had to suffer in that game until the 106th minute in extra time when Ferran Torres finally did it for the team. And of course, there are lots of reaction in the press today, really celebrating Torres and saying that he was the one who was able to finally get past the Argentinian goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez. And there was another record set last night because he did 11 saves. That's a record apparently dating back to 1966. The Spain team were pushing all through the game to try to score a goal. There were no attempts on goal really by Argentina, and so it was a fairly difficult game for Spain, but they are seen to be the deserved winners by all the commentators this morning. I'll give you a bit of a flavour of the press just so you can see. El País says Spain, they're champions of the world, and ABC says unbeatable Spain. It doesn't matter which section of the press you look at, the absolute joy is just spilling out for this team that seems to be another golden generation for many. Of course, you go back to 2008 to 2012, and that was a generation that absolutely dominated world football, winning 2 Euros and a World Cup. This generation already are European and world champions, and perhaps one of the big differences is that the women's team also won the World Cup in 2023. So it seems as if Spanish football is absolutely thriving, men's, women's, and in the youth teams.